What's up guys, Schmitty here, welcome back to another video. Today guys, I want to take a deeper dive into the new Black Ops 4 rumors that just came out yesterday. Of course, we talked about yesterday with the Black Ops 4 not having campaign rumor. That went out yesterday, was breaking news. I wanted to get that out and let you guys know, as well as kind of give my quick thoughts off the top of my head with that. But shortly thereafter, and of course I didn't have time to put that in this video because it came out probably 20-30 minutes or so after I had finished that video, unfortunately. But it also looks as though Call of Duty Black Ops 4 will have a Battle Royale mode developed by Raven Software. And both of these things are massive news here for Call of Duty and for Black Ops 4 upcoming here, and I wanted to talk about all of it, kind of give my thoughts about everything that's been discussed so far and rumored and everything so far. And you guys got to remember that these are rumors and leaks as of right now until they're confirmed. But also keep in mind that these sources are pretty reputable and they're not going to put this kind of stuff out there to hurt their reputation. So it's a pretty good shot that they are likely to happen. But I kind of want to go through all the stuff that we've learned so far, take it step by step, answer some of your guys' questions because I know a lot of people are confused. And by no means do I have all the answers, or am I one of the developers or insiders or anything. But I feel like I have a pretty good idea on why some of this stuff may be happening, and a lot of it's been explained, and maybe you guys haven't seen it all, so I kind of want to cover it for you guys in this video, and give my thoughts, and of course let you guys share yours down below. Now, with yesterday's video, a lot of you guys shared your thoughts down in the comments of yesterday's video about there being no campaign in Black Ops 4, and I don't know, kind of to my surprise, but also not my surprise, a lot of people were upset. I was surprised in how many people really cared about the campaign, because it always seems like multiplayer is the biggest part of Call of Duty, and it is. Statistically, that's the fact, and there's no arguing that. But you know, a lot of you guys seem to care about the campaign, which I truly relate to. You know, I'm a big story mode guy. I like the campaigns in a lot of games, especially Call of Duty. They do a very good job with the campaigns, and I wanted to reiterate that I'm sad to see that there will not be a campaign in Black Ops 4. Overall, I thought the idea was a good move, and it could work out very well for Call of Duty in the future, but I don't like the idea of a Call of Duty game, especially Black Ops 4, not having campaign in it. And I feel like that's the big thing that is hurting a lot of people, is it's Black Ops 4 not having a campaign. It's not a new series of Call of Duty. It's not like a specific Call of Duty, or it's the Black Ops series not having a campaign. A lot of people were hoping this year would kind of fill in a lot of the blanks in between Black Ops 1 and 2, or maybe explain some stuff with Black Ops 3. There was a bunch of ways that a lot of people thought it would go, and to just not get any answers to that at all, or not have any continuation at all, is frustrating, and I definitely agree with that. And so the worst part about all this is, we're never really going to get the answers with a lot of stuff in the series. And I think when you guys hear this next rumor about what the Black Ops 4 story was going to entail, you guys are going to be a little more, or maybe a lot more upset, who knows, about this not becoming a thing. So the rumor that I heard about Black Ops 4's campaign and what it was going to entail was that it was essentially going to be a time travel type thing, to where we kind of start out in the future or the past. I can't remember exactly. It wasn't extremely detailed, but essentially it was going to be a time travel type thing, to where we kind of go back and rework some of the things from the past Call of Duties. We don't necessarily play the same missions that we played in the past, but we kind of change up some events from, times around past games, and you try to work out this perfect ending, hopefully, and then just kind of leave the Black Ops series at that with a great ending, and kind of fix some of the stuff from the past. Which, you guys remember my video yesterday, I wasn't insanely upset about no campaign in Black Ops 4, because I'm excited for what we could get for benefits from this. But hearing this made me kind of upset, because I my favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future, which if you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. But it's a 3-part movie series, to where it's all time travel, and it sounds a lot like Black Ops 4. What it's supposed to be as a campaign sounds a lot like this movie, which it hurts. And especially to go back and relive some of those old memories, especially if the graphics were bumped up and whatever. Imagine going back to a time in Black Ops 1 with the newly fresh graphics, a newly fresh painted Victor Reznov or Alex Mason in the game. That would have been so awesome to see, and I can definitely see that this is probably the direction they were going. One of the reasons that the campaign that they said was going to be eliminated was because it was very outlandish, and this whole time travel thing, going back and trying to fix past events, definitely sounds outlandish, but it definitely at the same time sounds so cool, and I would have loved to see it. And it sucks that, you know, at least as according to the rumors, that we're not going to be able to get to see this. And I totally see where a lot of people are coming from with the campaign not being included and that it really sucks. But again, the reason I'm more so, or I at least try to be excited for this move, is due to all the potential benefits that could be coming to Call of Duty because of this. Like, it sucks to see a big story mode taken out from Call of Duty, especially since it sounds like it was, you know, well into development and they decided to cut it because it really wouldn't work in the game, and they wanted to, at the end of the day, put more effort into multiplayer and zombies, and of course, you know, the rumors of the Battle Royale, which we'll get into here in just a little bit. But I think what we're seeing here with Call of Duty is a big transitional phase to where they're really trying to change up how they do things, because you guys have to remember, they've been doing the things the same way for the last 10 years, and I've talked about in multiple videos how it's time to see some change. You know, I talked more so about how they do DLC and all that kind of stuff, but you know, overall, the game does need a big change. It does need to be a big workaround. You know, I wasn't necessarily getting at the fact of eliminating a campaign, but it sounds like Call of Duty is trying to become more of a service model and something that is just, you know, not really focused on being the, you know, entire package of a game that so many other games try to be, and they're trying to focus more on things that they can continually bring content to, which a lot of people accuse them of, you know, just being money whores, and that's the only reason they want to do it. But I feel like as far as interest in your games and stuff, that's a good move as well. And especially for us as the community, I mean, you know, we want longevity with Call of Duty. So many people get, you know, bored of the game after a few months or so and then go on and play something else. And I'm excited to see more attention go to the multiplayer, the zombies, and, you know, this rumored Battle Royale mode to keep us interested in Call of Duty for a longer period of time. And I said it time and time again in yesterday's video, and I stick by this statement a lot. Like, yes, campaigns are great and they're a vital part of Call of Duty, but if we really look at it for what it is, it's a 4, 6, 8 hour story, whatever you want to consider it, that we play once and is great, leaves us with a lot of great memories, but we never touch it again. And that's not exactly something that you want to see so hardcore developed, because the campaigns take the longest time to develop in these kind of games. And if that's really what's holding Call of Duty back from, you know, hitting its next level, hitting its next peak, becoming, you know, on top again, then yes, this move sucks, but you know, I can definitely understand why Call of Duty wants to go this route. Now, again, there's going to be people out there just accusing them of trying to be money whores, and they just want to put more supply drops and all this stuff in, which, like, as a business, I don't know who's not trying to do that. Like, I find it hilarious how people are accusing Activision of being all these money whores and charging, you know, insane prices for their supply drops and all this crap. And then you take a look over at Fortnite, and they're charging $20 for, you know, just a standard skin, and people are spending money on this, and, you know, they got nothing to say about that. Like, I don't understand this at all. Of course, businesses want to make money, and they're going to charge as much as they can get away with. To put Activision solely in that group and just go straight at them for all of this, I think is silly, because they're one of many, many companies that do this exact same thing. But like I said, I don't see this as just being a sole money move. I see it as being something that elevates Call of Duty to, you know, being something great again. Now, would I like to see Call of Duty, you know, do something more original, kind of, you know, get back to their own thing and just be the creators for once, not really kind of, you know, follow late in the footsteps and try to evolve on things that other people have done, kind of with Battle Royale. You know, would I like to see them do their own thing? Absolutely. But at the same time, I can't fault them for doing so, and if they can take this Battle Royale mode that has been in many other games, and if they can do something great with it and really evolve it, because I feel like Battle Royale is kind of repetitive. It's got a great thing going for it, but it is pretty repetitive, and it's going to take somebody to really do something big with it to really keep it around and keep it from just being a fad, and, you know, maybe Call of Duty can hit on that. So to kind of wrap up everything with the campaign thoughts and stuff, like, you know, it sucks, and I really wanted to see this, like, especially if this was how the campaign was supposed to go down with all this time travel stuff. I'm really disappointed that we don't get to see that. But I think for the evolution of Call of Duty, and like I said, it takes so much of the development time, and for people just to play at once, and like, you know, like the numbers say, less than 5% of people actually play these campaigns anyway. For development teams to put so much time and effort into this, and for it to not really get played that much, and the main focus goes toward other game modes, then I can't fault the development teams for taking their talents to making those other game modes better. And at the end of the day, you know, I know a lot of people are freaking out about this stuff right now, and they're not really, you know, totally sold on it, and they're starting to get a little nervous. At the end of the day, if we get an extremely solid multiplayer from Treyarch, you know, one of the best we've ever seen, like, I don't think it has to be the best of all time. I feel like if it's one of the best, and at the end of the day, we can say that it's a very good multiplayer, and we can say that the zombies is very good, and, you know, I guess, honestly, whether the Battle Royale hits well or not, you know, as long as it's decent, I guess, if all that stuff happens at the end of the day, then this is a good move by them. If the multiplayer somehow still lacks in content, like we've seen kind of in the past years. If it doesn't get a great amount of support, you know, if stuff doesn't go right with all that other stuff this year, then we look at this move and say, okay, this was just flat out lazy, this was ridiculous. But if not, man, I mean, this is just an effort for them to try and focus more on the stuff that a larger part of the community plays and a larger part of the community wants, you know, rather than what people want themselves, selfishly for themselves. Like, this is kind of for the community overall as a whole. It may not seem like that right now, but like I said, at the end of the day, if we get a solid product from all of this, then, you know, I can't fault them for making this move. Now, getting into some of the Battle Royale stuff, it was rumored yesterday that Raven Studios, the guys that made Modern Warfare Remastered and have had their hands in so many Call of Duties, they're kind of like that fourth studio that just kind of helps out with everybody. It sounds like they will now have a full-time gig and it will be developing and keeping up to date with a Battle Royale mode in Call of Duty that will start with Black Ops 4. Now, notice in that statement I said start with Black Ops 4. It's because it's going to be continuing. Again, this is all rumor and speculation, but supposedly it is going to be continuing on from Black Ops 4. So they're going to be constantly updating it throughout this year with Black Ops 4 with kind of, you know, guns from the game, map ideas from the game, environments from the game, all that kind of stuff. You know, they may throw some stuff in there from past games. That's kind of yet to be seen. But as each new Call of Duty game comes out, they're going to be updating that with new stuff from those games. Weapons, maps, all that stuff is going to be updated from those new games. And to be able to access that, you of course have to have the new game. And it's going to kind of be its own separate entity for Call of Duty. But at the same time, it's going to link with each new Call of Duty as they come out, which sounds like a really cool thing to me. Like I said, if they hit on this, it could be something great. Hopefully they do. I know a lot of people are, for whatever reason, upset that Battle Royale is coming to Call of Duty. And if you guys remember, in one of the past videos I did talking about the Battle Royale thing potentially coming to Call of Duty, the thing I said was I didn't really want to see it come to Call of Duty. But the reason I said that was because I didn't want, like, Treyarch putting in a main focus towards Battle Royale. Since Raven Studios is doing it and Treyarch gets to just focus on doing their multiplayer and their zombies this year, that's totally fine with me, because then Treyarch doesn't even have to focus on anything else. They don't have to try to work in this Battle Royale mode. Like, that's all Raven. That's all on them. That's their separate entity. That's their full-time gig. Let them do what they please, and if they can bring a successful Battle Royale mode to Call of Duty, more power to them. And if that's not your thing and you don't want to see that to Call of Duty, then guess what? You know, you don't have to play it. At the end of the day, this is a more serviceable product. It's a more reputable product for them. And like I said, if they end up hitting with all of these new changes here with Call of Duty, then we can't really fault them for their decision. But I think to really have a successful Battle Royale mode in Call of Duty, it's got to be its own thing. It can't just be a copy and paste of PUBG, which I don't really see happening. A lot of people say it's just going to be like PUBG. I really don't see that happening. I mean, they could do so many cool things with a Battle Royale mode if it's done right. Big ifs here. Like, all this stuff is assuming that everything goes right. We get what we're expected to get and what's rumored that we're going to be getting. Because, I mean, they could do something really cool with Battle Royale. Like, they could put kill streaks in a Battle Royale mode, which I think, if done right, would be really cool and would be kind of something that's separate from all the other Battle Royale modes. That's all stuff we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to get a ton of answers here in about a month's time, just under a month now, on May 17th with the community reveal event. We'll have to wait and see. All this stuff is still rumors and speculation. Even though it's fairly likely that it's going to end up being true. I guess at this point we can keep our fingers crossed. But one final message to all of you guys that are worried and, you know, saying rip COD and all this stuff. Like, guys, we have to sit back and just relax here for a little bit, okay? We haven't seen anything from this game yet. We obviously haven't touched anything from this game. We haven't played anything. We have seen zero content from Black Ops 4. Other than a reveal trailer and all these rumors and speculation that we've had. If here on April 18th, you're going to make your final judgment about Black Ops 4 as we're still 6 months away from the release of this game, in my opinion, you're insane. If when we finally get stuff revealed and we get gameplay and it just, at the end of the day, like, they show us all this stuff and you guys get to play the beta, and at the end of the day, if after all of that, it feels like a product that you don't want to put yourself into and that you don't want to go out there and buy, then more power to you. But to just simply hear that there's not going to be a campaign and they're just really trying to work around toward being a more serviceable model of Call of Duty, and that is what sells you away from Call of Duty after all this time you put into it, and that's how quickly people want to turn their back on Call of Duty. Personally, for me, I don't understand that, but I guess that's just my personal opinion there. I really feel like people need to just kind of sit back, wait and see. You know, nothing is confirmed yet, and this, you know, at the same time could potentially be the best Boldline player we've ever seen from Call of Duty. All that stuff remains to be seen. I feel like people just need to relax. We'll get all this stuff figured out. Like I said, I'm not happy to see a campaign necessarily go away, But if they do buff up all these other modes and we do get more content there, then I think that's a trade that at the end of the day I'm okay with. You know, a few of you out there watching this video may be those people that do buy Call of Duty just solely for the campaigns. But in that same token, you guys have to realize that you're in a very small percentage, and that a larger part of the community focuses heavily on multiplayer, zombies, and all other modes. I don't like to break all this news, and I don't like to get too deep into this and just say, you know what, suck it up, and that's how it's going to be. But at the end of the day, I feel like we just have to look forward with this. You know, we're not going to get anywhere as a Call of Duty community by just sitting here and whining and complaining that, you know, we have a rumor that there's going to be no campaign in Black Ops 4. If we really want to see Call of Duty elevate and take itself to the next level, then we as the community have to be there alongside with that. So it's really easy to get caught up in all of this stuff and all this talk and all this negative hype around Call of Duty, which has just become a bandwagon thing anyway that people love to do with COD. They just love to hate on it, you know, it's just how it goes. When you have a game that's that successful and that popular, it tends to happen. But I feel like people need to just kind of take a step back, relax, remember that it's Treyarch that we're getting a game from this year, and that, you know, at the end of the day, if they're trading out a campaign but we're going to be getting more content in other places, then fair enough and more power to them. If that does not happen, if this is not a great multiplayer that we get this year, if the content for multiplayer, zombies, and Battle Royale is not there this year, then at that point we have a right to be upset. Anyway, sorry this video turned out to be a little bit longer for you guys today, but just kind of my thoughts on all this stuff and where I think that, you know, we need to just kind of sit back here and relax here with Call of Duty and let the stuff work itself out. Because for me, and again, this is my personal opinion, I don't think we should let a 6-hour story really set the bar on how Call of Duty is going to go this year. If we're going to get stuff that gives us more replay value with the game and allows us to play it over a longer period of time, again, if this stuff happens, and assuming it will, then this is a move that needs to be made for Call of Duty. If none of that stuff follows, then my position will change with all of this. But again, let me know all of your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. I know that a lot of people are just going to comment that they're pissed that, you know, they're not doing a campaign this year for Call of Duty and that screw Activision, they're a bunch of money whores. I know that's all what the comments are going to be. And I guess if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. But at the end of the day, Call of Duty had to do something. They have to make some big change. And I think if this is done right, then this could be a good step in the direction for Call of Duty in the long run. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. Make sure to smack the Schmidt out of the like button down below. If you guys are looking forward to more Call of Duty content, whether that be World War II, upcoming stuff with Black Ops 4, or any other Call of Duty content, you guys are in the right place. Hit that subscribe button down below and turn those notifications on so you guys know when those videos go live. Hopefully you guys all have a good one. I will see you guys on another video. So long, everybody.